sadly, that's enough time that we have talking to you. Thank you very much for coming down to us today.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, lads. I really appreciate it.
I was going to ask 3 questions actually.
Go for it, Keith.
Throughout the competition, what were
You're
your
under pressure now. The great Keith McLaughlin.
during the competition? What were your tactics going into every game? Had you specific tactics?
Yeah, I suppose in terms of tactical nuance, I wouldn't be that familiar. In terms of, I suppose it would largely be instinctive and intuitive, which I suppose can be limited. My tactical knowledge would be quite limited. Maybe I'd be quite conservative or hesitant, and I would have played maybe one up front with basically jam the midfield, which some people would say isn't exactly a flair tactic or in terms of
opposition.
Stopping the opposition, catch them on the break. But as a wise man, Mr. Broderick once said to me, most goals in schools football are scored on the break. Counter attack, and with the sort of, I suppose, playing credentials we had and playing resources we had, we were suited towards the counter attack. Some very fast, nifty fellas who could actually perform and do that.
In them games, I watched the semi-final and the final. You seemed animated with the referee sometimes. Was there decisions that went against you that perhaps you were unhappy about?
I suppose you'll always ultimately have have your wrangles with referees, Keith. Though that's part of it. Again, ultimately, though, the referee has to do a job, and it's a difficult task. I have great admiration for them, even though as I say, when you're embroiled in the blitzkrieg at the moment, other reactions might come to the fore.
Just in terms of that final, the mock exams were on just before that final. Did that put the players off?
Keith, a very perceptive and insightful comment, most definitely. Yeah, I think the final, if it had been 2 weeks earlier for us, it would have come at a better time, most definitely.
You didn't get much training done around it.
Yeah, there was disrupted, and that was an element in the competition. That's one big criticism I've had of the competition as a whole. You have ceaseless waiting for a game, and it's very hard to maintain the sort of spirit. It's very hard to maintain the intensity. Yeah. You know, you come off a great victory, you'd like the next game in 2 weeks' time, and you're trying to keep fellas and fellas are anxious to get, and fellas get nervous and so on. But the mocks most definitely was a deterrent. But ultimately in life, in sport, you have to encounter things as they fall, and you have to basically adapt and hopefully, overcome. So things won't always fall your way. As John Lennon, what did he say, lads? Life is what happens when you're making other plans. Things don't go according to plan in sport.
So the teachers started giving out around that you were taking the lads out of class?
No, they didn't. I have to say, everybody on staff was
very nice and polite, yeah.
Absolutely tremendously supportive. Absolutely tremendously supportive. Obviously, I don't want to single out anybody. I have to say though, as a staff body, again, that community shone, and that was really encouraging.
Good support at the school and students as well.
Yeah. And like anybody who was out there, it's great. Yeah.
Finally, just you let Dara Collins be your trainer. Why was this so?
Well, I suppose the Rafa Benitez of Tepalone College football. Darren have a great knowledge and love and passion for football, and I think that was had to harness that in some way, and it was a great pleasure and a great honour for me to work with Dara Collins.
So I just want to say thanks very much for getting us this far in the competition, and you gave the players many inspirations, pre-match build-ups, with your speeches and videos you played.
Thanks very much,
particularly Braveheart and Billy Elliot and Rocky as well.
Different approach. I think some fellas think I'm absolutely a mad fruitcake altogether.
Absolutely, you're a brilliant manager. So, I don't think any other teacher would have got us this far now in the competition.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but thanks very much, Darren.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
You did mention about high emotions, and you got the players psyched up. I did notice that you used to talk to Patrick Stewart for 20 minutes or something. You take him out of class and stuff. Is that something probably you regretted doing, or?
No. I think that's hugely important. That's sort of in the long term perspective, in terms of you're on a journey.
Yes.
Sometimes you meet people and you have different approaches towards them. Say Milo O'Shea might need a good bollocking, whereas another fella you might need to put the arm around them and tell them, well, this is where we're at, and fellas responded, you know. But again, it's trial and error. Sometimes you get the wrong approach with fellas, and you make mistakes with fellas. You know, as I did over the year, and some fellas could have genuine grievances with me. But you just do things sort of as you see them, and I suppose it's dealing with people, which is everything, which is core fundamental of everything we do in life. It's how you interact with people. You know, it works out that way, and what you give, you get back. You get back
very true.
Double, treble. So that's basically where I was at. With it's a long journey, and we all need encouragement along the journey, because along climbing a mountain, we'll all have head staggers. We'll all want to go off and throw things up, and which I suppose ultimately you're a facilitational role. You're just trying to keep fellas together.
So if you were to do it all again, would you change anything, or probably not?
Would I change anything? I'd probably get that, regain extra strength to try and keep a bit of the hair I have left. Because my God, the hair is fading rapidly. Would I do anything again? No. I suppose ultimately, you know,
It was a fantastic
things
experience.
that happen, and it was a great year. And would I do things again? If I had it all over again, no. I suppose the next time I'd do it differently.
Right. Fix the mistakes.
Yeah, but other mistakes will crop up.
Yeah, true.
You know?
True.
You're nothing without your mistakes.
No.
You
We're
know?
only human at the end of the day.
Exactly, and you're nothing without your mistakes. Of course, that's how we get better.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. And I think that would have been. I think a big problem in sports in generally in Ireland. You have 9, 10, 11-year-old kids, and you have people screaming on the line in all codes. Get rid of it. Don't be doing that. Don't, you know, it's ludicrous. How can anybody encourage in every walk of life, in school, in sports, in everything we do? We're sort of told not to make mistakes. Whereas mistakes are everything. If you don't make mistakes,
Then you're not human.
you're not human. Exactly, you're nothing. You know, it's really important.
Right, well that's about it. I hope that this happens again in the school.
No,
So-
lads, this is brilliant. And thanks very much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
No,
And
it's a great
it's a
experience.
great initiative, and it's just great to see alchemists like all of you are, all 5, 6 of you involved here, just alchemists, just been doing something different and just creating something. out
One
of nothing.
final question I have for you, sir, is: are you going to manage the football tournament next year, or will you?
Oh God, Al, I don't know. I'm on the brink of a whole new world at the moment, and
You'll make the decision.
expecting a young baby at the moment.
Make
God,
the
imagine.
decision
Could you
at a
imagine? Could you imagine a younger me? Could you imagine trying to look after a younger me, Al? Trying to bring up a mad Milo, a mad Milito. God almighty. I wouldn't have time to be doing anything else.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming down to us today.
Right,
Thanks
thanks
a lot.
very much,
Right,
lads.
thank you.
Appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Thanks very much. Thanks, lads.
All right.